Let's begin with our top story coming from Nepal. Yesterday, the country's Supreme Court decided to reject Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli's decision to dissolve the parliament. Since then, there has been quite a stir in both the splintered factions of the ruling Nepal Communist Party. Two key meetings have been called for this afternoon to decide the future course of how both of these factions will now proceed. At Oli's camp, a central committee meeting has been called today at Bulavatar in capital Kathmandu. Oli's press advisor Surya Thapa has said that Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli has decided not to step down immediately following the court's verdict. Oli instead is expected to face a floor test in the parliament. Thapa in a Facebook post says, and I quote, "The verdict passed by the Supreme Court is controversial but must be followed and this must be implemented. It is certain that negative consequences of the verdict will be seen in the future. The verdict will not bring any resolution to political problems. This will instead give rise to instability. Power politics will increase further." In contrast, Rajan Bhattarai, the Prime Minister's Foreign Affairs advisor, has told WION, and I quote, "We will respect the verdict and the political issues will take their own course." And so the landmark verdict has sent shockwaves within the Nepalese political establishment. Meanwhile, at the rival camp, Vishnu Rijal called the Supreme Court's verdict historical. He said, and I quote, "It is the victory of democracy and constitutionalism. It is high time to bid farewell to both the President and the Prime Minister." The Dahal Nepal faction of the NCP will also hold a parliamentary meeting to discuss future strategy. Its spokesperson has said that the key meeting will take place this afternoon. According to reports, the meeting is expected to take a call on whether or not to oust KP Sharma Oli from the party's parliamentary leadership. Meanwhile, thousands took to the streets of Kathmandu to celebrate the court order. Opponents of Oli, many of them donning red face paint and clothing representing the color of the Dahal Nepal faction, were out on the streets. The anti-Oli faction of the Communist Party said they rejected his autocratic style of functioning. The political turmoil has rocked the Himalayan nation since last December, when Oli suddenly dissolved the parliament and announced the elections, blaming ruling party leaders for a lack of cooperation on key matters of policy. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.